Welcome to Infotech Lead Videos. Here we have Mark Cratsenberg, VP of Sales at Aeris Communications, talking about IoT in Healthcare at IOT India Congress 2017.
Why am I here is a good question. So I'm here because there are many different social sector IoT applications out there in the world. So the company I work for, Aeris, we've been doing nothing but platforms and solutions for IoT for the last 15 years. And we have 1,500 customers and about 11 million things that are deployed out there right now with Aeris on our platform. And of those 1,500 customers, at least 100 of them, if not more, are actually nonprofit or social sector companies who have deployed IoT to try and do something for public good. And Dr. Rishi thought it would be a good idea for me to go through and give a few use case examples of those companies. Now, they're not specifically related to cleaning a river, but I think it's important to understand how public and private can come together and the business models they use and how they apply that technology to do something good in the world. And I think you can apply some of those lessons to what the topic is that we're talking about here. The second reason that I'm here today is, this is our homepage on our website. If you look up there in the top right where I've kind of highlighted the IoT for good, it's a fundamental corporate value for Aeris that we want to try and do good in the world. So we're a for-profit company, but it's really important for us to try and make sure that our technology is actually used to leverage, is leveraged to be doing good in the world as well. So we actually have an executive on our management team. 100% of his time is dedicated to finding ways to use our technology with nonprofits and government organizations to try and use IoT for good. So for me, it's personal. I want to make sure that I work for a company that tries to do good things in the world, and it really fits into what we're talking about here. So I think a good place to start would be with the UN Sustainability Goals. So they've got a framework for goals on all these different categories that you see up there. And I'm actually going to highlight a couple of these that I can talk about and give examples on right now. So from clean water and clean energy to food, all of these things, there are many different opportunities out there and a lot of IoT solutions that have been deployed related to those different areas. So I think an important consideration whenever you're looking at social good and how are you going to make an impact in the world is think about the old story that it takes a village to raise a child. And I don't think you can solve some of the intractable problems in the world without involving everybody related to the problem. So governments can't do it themselves, generally. You know, the NGOs might have a lot of resources, but they're not going to be able to solve problems either. Things like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation does an incredible amount of good in the world, but they need partners, they need help, they can't do everything themselves. Same with university research programs, and then also social impact entrepreneurs or companies that are either nonprofit or profit. They all need to work together to be able to get some of the larger problems that are out there in the world solved. And that's the examples that I'm going to give you here. So let's start off with the first one, which is a great example. This is a company called Hello Tractor. It's a for-profit company that was started by a social engineer in the United States who saw that in some parts of the world they had a very large shortage of tractors and that a lot of the land is being completely manually farmed today. So you can see in the chart here that shows average number of tractors per 100 square meters, 100,000 square meters of arable land. You see the United States on the right, and India and China, then you see Nigeria and Africa that almost don't register. Right? And you can imagine why, because actually a lot of the land there is small plots. So it's a small 1 acre plot and a small farming. They can't afford a tractor if they wanted to have a tractor. So he realized that there's an opportunity there that he could do both good in the world of trying to get production of agricultural increased in those countries and also help the individual farmers to be more productive as well. So he came up with an Uber for tractors idea, where he first found a tractor that actually works for the environment and for the conditions of what he has. So he had a tractor that is sold, and it's obviously, that's a cost-effective tractor that we can use and share. So I don't know the exact price point on it. I think it's around $4,000 from around there for the tractor. So he has a tractor that they can actually provide to the farmers, and then in the ecosystem, you can actually finance the tractor based on the usage of that, and then the owner-operator of that tractor can then share it with a bunch of other small farmers and get the increase in productivity going. So it's a great example of where it's a for-profit company, but he wants to do good in the world, and he's actually driving through using IoT and a connected tractor, making it so that it's affordable and cost effective for these groups of small farmers to actually get more productive. So he's got about 500 deployed right now in Nigeria, and actually it's growing pretty quickly. Next example is an application of IoT with riders for health. So as I'm sure you're aware, there's a huge problem of people that have no access to healthcare in rural. So in Africa, where they're primarily focused, there is a large section that's completely out of the healthcare system. So what they've done is they provide the logistical support and motorcycles to actually get healthcare workers to go out to remote villages. So they actually get them out into the villages so that they can distribute vaccines, see the people that are actually there, take blood samples, get testing done, and they see about a 6x return for being able to do that, as opposed to waiting until those people really get sick and have to come into the urban center for help. So they're using a fleet solution with us right now to be able to get the logistical efficiency for scheduling and also for safety, to make sure that if there's a problem, they know where the person is and they can go help. It's a simple fleet example. Again, you should take away from that there's lots of things that can get tracked to get more efficient. I mean, big boats on the river can be tracked to get more efficient, so they spend less time, less fuel. Next Leaf is another example. This is a nonprofit company that has a partnership with Qualcomm, Google, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to try and solve the problem of the delivery of vaccines. That many vaccines need to be stored at a very exact temperature. You need to be between 2 and 8 degrees, I think, Celsius. So, and that, as you can see, there's the WHO study data that's on there. A lot of times, the refrigeration through that entire cold chain, through that entire logistical flow, doesn't work right. So things get frozen or they get too warm. So they've got a solution that's very simple that tracks those things through the supply chain and makes sure that if the temperature gets too hot or too cold, there's going to be an alert to somebody so they know, and they can go fix the problem.